All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a story that's got so many twists, it's practically designed to mess with your head. We're talking about the fictional 2025 magic heist thriller, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So stick with me, because we're going to follow every single breadcrumb and uncover every illusion, every betrayal, and find out who the real mastermind pulling all the strings really is.
You know that famous line, right? The closer you look, the less you see. Well, it has never been more true than in this story. It all kicks off with what seems like this huge, triumphant return of the legendary Four Horsemen after being gone for like 10 years. But of course, the closer you look, you start to realize the stage is just the first trick in a much, much deeper illusion.
So the crowd is just going absolutely wild as the original horsemen take the stage. But here's the first bit of magic for you. They aren't actually there. Nope, it's all just a projection. The real magic, the real heist, is happening somewhere else entirely, and it's being run by a brand new, totally unknown crew.
Yeah, the real magicians of the hour, they're three young upstarts, Charlie, Bosco, and June. And what do? They totally hijack the whole show to pull off this amazing Robin Hood-style heist. They expose this notorious crypto scammer named Brad, and they magically drain his accounts live, returning every single dollar to his victims. They do it all in the name of the horsemen, and then poof, they vanish. And this new crew, their skills are just perfect for this kind of work. They complement each other so well. You've got Charlie, he's the tech wizard, the master of all these projections. Then there's Bosco, the charismatic frontman, an absolute expert in disguise and hypnosis. And finally, June, the master locksmith and escape artist. Now remember these skills, because each one is going to become absolutely crucial as the stakes get way, way higher.
So, while they're off celebrating this huge win, the new crew gets the absolute shock of their lives. The real J. Daniel Atlas shows up. And he's not mad. No, he's impressed. Turns out he was led right to them by a mysterious card from the Eye, the secret society of magicians, and this card had instructions for a massive new heist. And the target this time? Oh, it's a big one. Veronica Vandersberg. We're talking the CEO of a diamond empire that's basically built on exploitation. Their mission, handed down by the Eye, is to steal her company's most prized diamond, a feat that, everyone believes is completely and utterly impossible. Okay, now here's the really clever part. They don't have to crack some impossible, super secure vault. No, the diamond is coming to them. See, Veronica is hosting this private, high-security auction in Dubai, and the whole plan is to snatch that jewel right from under her nose, right in front of the world's elite. It's just a classic multi-layered horseman plan, It's all built on misdirection. They infiltrate the party, they create these layers of chaos, and then Daniel Atlas himself makes this grand appearance to perform the final swap. Or so it seems, because the real trick, the one that nobody sees coming, it's already happened. Exactly. The whole dramatic confrontation was just smoke and mirrors. The actual switch, it happened quietly before the auction even got started, and it was executed perfectly by Charlie. The team makes this daring escape with a little help from original horseman Jack Wilder and a now married Merritt McKindy, and they're all thinking, wow, we just pulled off our first successful mission for the Eye. But just as they're popping the champagne, celebrating their big win, another card appears. It directs them to a rendezvous point, presumably for a big celebration with the Eye. But this is no reward. It's a trap. And they are walking right into it. And this is the question that just changes everything. If the Eye didn't send the first card, then who did? They follow the new card's instructions to this old, isolated bungalow out in France. But waiting inside isn't some high-ranking member of the Eye. Nope, it's Brad, the crypto scammer from their very first heist. And he claims he also got a card telling him to meet them there. The whole setup, it just feels wrong. And then, suddenly, the bungalow is just swarmed by police. It's total chaos. In the middle of it all, Brad is shot and killed. As the team scatters, some of them are captured, but not by the police. They're taken by Veronica Vandersberg's private security forces. The entire operation has just completely fallen apart. The aftermath is just devastating. 3 of their own, Dylan, Jack, and the new locksmith June, are taken. The remaining members are just left reeling, and now they realize their opponent isn't just some ruthless CEO. By orchestrating this trap, Veronica has just proven she's a cold-blooded murderer.
So their team is broken, they've been completely played, and their friends are prisoners. They have only one option left. They have to stage one last, absolutely impossible performance to expose Veronica for who she is and get their family back. So where's the new stage? A massive M1 racing event in Dubai, which just happens to be sponsored by Veronica's company. The Horsemen publicly announced they're going to perform their final show right there, and they even promised to return the diamond. This open challenge, it's the bait. It's all designed to lure Veronica right into their final, most elaborate trap. And Veronica, she takes the bait, but she's got her own counterplan. She lets them think they're in control, only to spring her own trap on them. A huge glass box that starts filling with sand, literally intending to bury them alive. But here's the thing. What she doesn't know is that being trapped is exactly where the Horsemen want her to think they are. So just as the Horsemen miraculously escape their sandy grave, live on camera for the whole world to see, Veronica gets a call. It's from the anonymous person who's been blackmailing her, summoning her to her private vault. She goes to finally confront this person, totally believing she's won. But this is where the final stunning truth is finally revealed. The mastermind? It wasn't the Eye, it wasn't Dylan Rods, it wasn't even Veronica. The person who was pulling every single string this whole time was Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, the quiet, unassuming illusionist from the new crew. He reveals that he is Veronica's long-lost half-brother, the one she tried to have killed in a car accident 15 years ago, an accident that took his mother's life. Think about that. He survived, and he has spent the last 15 years meticulously, painstakingly plotting his revenge. He studied the Horsemen, he reverse-engineered the Eye, he assembled his own team, all of it for the sole purpose of destroying the woman who murdered his mother and tried to just erase him from existence. So in other words, nothing, and I mean nothing, was an accident. He was the one who sent the card to Daniel Atlas. He orchestrated the entire diamond heist. He set the trap in the bungalow knowing that Brad was a necessary casualty to make it all look real. Every single event that we've seen was a calculated move in his 15-year-long chess game against Veronica. And the final checkmate? That vault that Veronica's in? It's not her vault at all. It's an elaborate stage set. Her entire confession to Charlie, admitting to the murder of his mother, has been broadcast live to the whole world. With evidence that undeniable, she's arrested. The diamonds are recovered and pledged to the African laborers they were stolen from in the first place. And Charlie? He is finally welcomed as a true horseman. But just when you think the story is finally over, a package arrives. Inside is this intricate puzzle that, once they solve it, projects a hologram of Dylan Rhodes. Turns out, he was never actually captured. That was all part of another secret mission entirely. He tells them he's impressed with their work because now the Eye has a real mission for all of them, together. And that's where the story leaves us, right on the edge of an even bigger mystery. A new mission? What could possibly be next for this new super team of horsemen? We've seen the full picture of Charlie's incredible plan, but as is always the case with the Horsemen, the moment you think you finally see everything is the exact moment you're missing the real trick.